It's like if a kid, a teenager, really wants to be an adult and he wants to act like an adult and he wants to get respect like you can say a wise adult has. Okay, so he wants to learn that. He reads books like how do I be an adult. He copies people, mannerisms, maybe wears a suit and tie or something, I don't know. He starts doing all that, but he notices it's like I'm still not getting he can feel energetically I'm not getting the respect that I should, that I'm watching, my dad or my brother who's an adult and who's balanced. I watch when people talk to them, like they're giving him this respect, but when they talk to me, they're being nice to me, but they're not like respecting me. Not respecting, like what? I'm going to study harder. You see, this is a good analogy for people who are trying to wake up. This kid, this teenager, or whatever, toddler, 10-year-old, it has to go through a natural process to become an adult. In that process, there's a lot of living wisdom that gets absorbed via many life experiences. There's so much stuff. I mean, God, I feel like I lived 10 lifetimes this life. It was just so packed. It still is. I'm moving here, you know, to another area, and this last 10 days is just, it's like a blur. Like, I don't even know what happened. I can say our whole life was like that, but I'm just saying, for some of us, there's a lot of stuff going on our whole life. All that translates into some kind of alchemic process, and we get experience. I remember this movie, I don't know the name, sorry. Danny DeVito was in it, and he said a line that I can't forget. They were talking about character and charisma and lines in your face. He says it shows. The character and charisma shows in your face. And he said, these lines in your face, it's like you have an experience. I can feel this is strong. You have an experience in life. It's so deep and strong and heavy and provoking, and that you actually, that experience like goes into your face. It like shows. Get some kind of line or something. That's a person that lived life. So don't be superficial like a lot of the people in LA when I used to live there, and you're scared of the sun and you're buying all these beauty products and you want to look, I just want to look young forever. Yeah, no, those people are like so boring. I've never been attracted to the cover model type. I always liked like more the girl next door or just more exotic type or something, or village girls, no makeup. Like I was just always been attracted to that, or just people who have some depth. Just like, can we talk about something that means something? I had a girlfriend once, and I'm like, she's like, this is all you talk about. Like this is, I'm like, basically what we're talking about right now. On some level, that was stepped down back then because I was 24 or something. I'm like, yeah, what do you mean? She's like, I mean, like, what about ball games? And so I said, I don't know about anything like that. Like, what are we going to do with that? Let's talk about how to, like, wake up. And, yeah. So you have these deep experiences. It goes into your face, man, and you're, like, wearing that. So you can't learn that. You can't, like, that has to be prescribed to you. The universe prescribes those experiences to you. You can't pay some, I wonder if that'll be a new business. Somebody will like, everything gets merchandised nowadays. There'll be a business that starts, and we're gonna prescribe experiences to the spiritual aspirants to help accelerate their evolution. Yeah. Well, it was my idea. I patented it, so you got to give me a cut. I'm sure it'll come out somehow or be born. Because it's just the money making mentality of the ego, and at this time and age is just insane. Just enlightenment in 3 weeks, and money back not guaranteed. So I'm glad some of you guys appreciate my dry humor too, because that I don't know. It's nice. It's nice when people know you. Those are our best friends when we know each other. We're from the same lineage and archetype, so it's like, whoa, there's me. That's cool. I know exactly what he's saying and doing, and just as this kid has to go through this evolutionary process to become an adult with some living wisdom, which then the byproduct of that is getting this respect. Can't skip that. Same thing with the awakening. You can't skip it. You can't skip this process. It doesn't matter how much you're burning for it and loving it and wanting it. You can't listen to non-dual videos 24 hours a day and then think after a week you're gonna, you can't do that. I mean, they're cool. Listen to them, because it's you want to align yourself with, your whole life should be aligning yourself with the higher vibration. It makes awakening faster and easier. Just like the kid that wants to be an adult, there's some kids or people in their 20s, they get the respect that maybe somebody else didn't get to when they were 40. So you can accelerate things to a degree. This is true. Hence, why I'm a proponent of healthy lifestyle habits and the spiritual practice and all that. Don't think you're so good that you don't need to do all that. Like, I'm awake now, I don't have to do anything. Then you're in non-dual prison. Made a video on that. What's my point, though? When you accept and you know that this is an evolutionary process, you give space to let the evolutionary process happen. That's not who you are, though. The one that's going through the evolutionary process is like that's the individualized consciousness that doesn't really exist, not permanently, because it's always changing. That impermanent, localized individual consciousness is happening inside the pure, formless consciousness, permanent consciousness that you really are. So what difference does it make? What difference does it make, when you know that, you stop thinking about awakening, to be honest with you. You just kill the whole thing there. It's like, okay, yeah, what difference does it make? Who I truly am is beyond, it doesn't know anything about awake or not awake. Those terms belong to the individualized consciousness that's going through this evolutionary process to become more awake, not permanently awake. How? There's no permanently awake. You can always awaken more and more and more and more subtle levels and more, So you let that process happen. And guess what? When you chill with it and let it happens faster. And you don't mind it anymore. You're not judging or measuring yourself. Let other people do that. They're going to do that anyway. They might tell you you're awake today and then you're a devil tomorrow. I've had that. I already expect that. When I work with somebody new or something, or I meet somebody, I don't take it serious. If they're somehow, I hate being put on a pedestal, by the way. If you put me on a pedestal, I'm going to knock myself down on purpose. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something to like make you think I don't belong on a pedestal. I don't like him. What was I saying, though, about this? Don't know. When you I'm at 8 minutes, so we can probably wrap this up. When you're chilling and you're letting this evolutionary process happen, it's like it's all good. You're not thinking about awake because you know the one that's awakening is not really who you are. Somehow your attention is more being merged. It's never totally, but more and more being merged with this inner space in which this whole game is happening in. So if you know that's who you are, okay, let the evolutionary process do its thing, I was saying something, though, they'll think that used to happen to me. Yeah. Oh, when I meet somebody. See, it always comes back. Why? Because I let go of it. I'm like, what? If I try to and I might forget again because, see, I'm not talking about it. I'm going off again. If something enjoys that, it's like I want to, forget. The magic show, this consciousness having fun. I better talk about it before I forget, though. So I don't take it serious if somebody, when they meet me and they're like revering me, especially if it's overkill too much. I might set them straight right there. Because I know that's also in duality. The intensity of how you feel for somebody, that's going to change too. Yogananda was talking about that once. He did the same thing. He did it to Sri Yukteswar, I think. Or no, to another saint before he met him. Yogananda met him, and then he left, And he's like, this guy ain't got nothing on me. Like, what do you mean? And then he like, I don't remember. He had like some kind of accident or hit his head or something. But then he was explaining, whoa, see, when you have a spiritual practice, you reap karma faster. His karma was ego. He lost his humility. It was arrogance, you know? So anyway, the point is that happens a lot with so-called student teachers and gurus, disciples. That's part of the process. A real teacher knows that. He doesn't take it personal. Hey, you're supposed to revere me, you know? So let me know how that worked for you. Just chill with the awakening. You can't make yourself wake up. It's impossible. You can't do it. It's the mind that's trying to do it. The mind's never going to be awake. It creates all the obstructions for this awakening process to happen. But it has to do that so that then you can realize, oh, I'm creating obstructions. I need to like stop doing that. So it's all for the good. It's like God's using everything. You need this dualistic show. That's it. See you.